Otondobai are very lax when an injustice is meted to one, but when it's ours, we want to speak out. I'm talking about what is happening with Justice Crack. Justice Crack was the man who actually came out to make Nigerians understand that an average soldier who, in his service to his fatherland, is living a hellish life in the north or any other part of Nigeria where insurgency is at its highest up. They are fighting day and night to defend you and I. They left their families behind for no one to take care of them, because I know that the Ministry of Defense doesn't really take care of the families of the soldiers. The soldiers, from the peanuts they get, they take care of their families. I once had an experience where a soldier came to withdraw money through the ATM and then discovered that the salaries have not been paid over that period, you know. And then this guy was really crying. And then a good friend of mine who I went to the ATM with that day gave him 20,000. You needed to see the look on that man's face. You needed to see how this man prostrated because of 20,000. And he told us one thing. He said that there is no food in his house, and that he has been waiting for that his meager salary, nowhere to be seen. You know, the rest I don't know about. Now, Justice Crack made an investigation and found out that these soldiers who were actually defending our fatherland were receiving just a meager 3,000 naira feeding allowance per day. I can tell you that even some police dogs consumes more than that per day. In fact, even common cook in a day. Now, a man through his sweat and blood is defending their fatherland, receive that mega sum, and then you expect Nigerians to clap. And the man who made this revelation, rather than going to arrest those in places or in place of authority who are in charge of the welfare of these soldiers, you went down to crack down on Justice Crack, right? Or how dare he bring this to the limelight? Listen, I will always tell people that the most corrupt people in Nigeria are not the politicians. The politicians are fantastically corrupt. But you see those in ministries and in some government offices, these people, their corruption is so supersonic. Very supersonic. You will notice, just go to ordinary state ministry to process a document. You will see how these people will, you know, how they will exploit you. Now, I no wonder why a lot of Nigerian youths, especially those from the southeast, are so reluctant to join the army. All right, they are so reluctant to join the army. And then when there is a call for direct short service, you see, they begin to screen the Nigerian youth, but they want you to go and join army recruit, so that they will have enough to embezzle for themselves. All right, they will have enough. Yes, that is the reason. They want to have enough to embezzle for themselves. That is why they recruit. They take the intake in you know, recruits are so high. Ndo Kurufo soldiers is so high. And now direct short service, they won't give it to you. No matter, I've applied for that for so many years, nothing came. Right? Not because I was educated enough. All right, but probably they were keeping those positions or those cadre for their imago, man where no man. You cannot send a full-fledged man to go to war. We are talking that they don't have enough apparatus to fight insurgency. The most basic out of it, which is the energy to run, you are also starving them of it. Because if man no get gun and insurgents find you, you don't even get motor to run. At least you need your leg. You go use your leg there. Somebody go issue first of all. And now, how does a hungry man function properly? How does a man who is poorly nourished function properly? And now, rather than appreciating in a well-meaning climb, people in government will investigate what Justice Crack said. But in Nigeria, what they did is that they took him to the military headquarters, as it has come out online, and then they hung him on a tree for more than 72 hours. More than 72 hours. You hang a man for more than 72 hours, and then you expect Nigerians to work, or you expect Nigeria to work. Kudos to the effort of a lot of Nigerian activists who actually insisted and tracked the activities of those in the military headquarters down. Otherwise, the whereabouts of that young man would have been nowhere to be traced. Nigerian youths are beginning to wake up to the occasion. And then it is very encouraging how they tracked Justice Crack down to the hands of his oppressors. And immediately they discovered that Nigerians are already aware of what they were doing with Justice Crack. What they did was to hurriedly take his dilapidated bodies, because you cannot hang a man for 72 hours without the person getting weary. They now took him to the DSS custody so that some trumped up charges will be leveled against Justice Crack. This country can never be good again, except the youth do something very drastic. And what the youth, who are the future of tomorrow, must do, must to stand up against any form of oppression and injustice from low and high places.